Hello everybody, welcome to Deluxe Collectibles, and today we're going to be discussing some very exciting LEGO Ninjago 2022 news, and this is coming from Paul Dobson's Instagram, who is of course the voice of Master Wu, and he posted some photos of another voice actor, Andrew Francis, and one of them was him in the booth recording some lines for an unknown role for the future of Ninjago, and we don't yet know what it's going to be. Of course, that voice actor has previously voiced both Moro and Shade, but of course this could also be an entirely new character as well, and that's what I'm going to kind of speculate about within this video here, is just kind of what role is he going to have in the newest season of Ninjago, or just in 2022 in general. So let's start going through. There's basically three possibilities for this, I would say, and that's that he's either going to be voicing Moro, Shade, or an entirely new character, and I'll go through each of those options and kind of talk about what I think is the most likely. So first off, let's go with Moro here, of course, a character that met his demise at the end of season 5, Possession. So of course a little bit more of an unlikely one, but at the same time there could be something related to a flashback, and maybe that could even tie in to Master Wu as well. Now I think that would be a total coincidence that of course Paul Dobson, the voice of that character, would have been the one to post this photo, but you never know, maybe some sort of flashback fleshing something out in Wu's past related to Moro. So I think that could definitely be a possibility. Of course there is the slim chance, and I really want to stress slim, as in that maybe Moro could wind up returning in 2022. Now of course I don't know how they would end up making that happen, and also what would be the purpose behind it, and how would it make sense to the story. So I think that's probably one of the most least likely scenarios, but if it is going to be Moro returning, then of course I think the most highest possibility is in a flashback sequence. And then moving forward to the other character who we know of course, Shade, one of the elemental masters, and personally I think this is the one that is the most likely, because of course in 2022 we basically know that Skylar is going to be returning, and of course back in season 9 of Hunted we saw some of the elemental masters return, including both of those characters, Skylar and Shade. So I think it would make the most sense if that character ended up returning as well, if they need to bring in more elemental masters to end up helping with finding out who the Vengestone buyer is, and of course just who's behind all of this. So they might need some assistance with that, so it would make sense that they're bringing in some of them. So I definitely think there's a high possibility of that character returning in 2022, and I think that would honestly be really cool. Honestly, with all three of these options I would be pretty satisfied with any of them, but I think that just story wise, from what I could tell, I think this one would definitely make the most sense personally. And then of course the final option for this would of course be an entirely new character that of course Andrew Francis would be voicing. Now I'm not sure who that could wind up being. Of course if we look at his characters Moro and Shade, they have a bit more of like a deeper, almost more menacing sounding voice. Of course Moro especially being an actual villain, Shade not so much, of course being one of the elemental masters, but still maybe possibly he could be voicing some sort of villain in 2022. Of course I don't know if that will wind up happening. They might not want to wind up doing that, because of course he's already voiced two other characters. Now of course there's no limitation to how many characters you can voice on an animated series. We've seen that with several others where some voice actors are voicing more than like 10 plus characters, maybe even more than that at some point. So definitely there is the possibility for that as well. I think it would be cool, but there isn't too much to speculate there, of course, because I don't know who the new characters are going to be, so there's really no point in kind of speculating over that. But those are basically the three options that I think are available for Andrew Francis to be voicing. But thanks so much to Paul Dobson. Of course I'm sure he's not going to see this video, but thanks so much for posting this on Instagram. I think it's kind of fun to just make some theories about this, of course, to kind of speculate what could wind up happening in Ninjago 2022. I know it's a very hot topic for everyone in the LEGO Ninjago community, so let me know all of your thoughts on this down below in the comment section. Who do you think is going to end up returning if this is indeed that Andrew Francis is voicing a character in 2022? So let me know all of that down below. If you did enjoy the video, it would be highly appreciated if you could leave a like, also subscribe as well. If you would like to check out some of my other content, that would be highly appreciated. So thank you so much. I will see you all next time, and always remember, keep on collecting.